Hello, hello. Howdy, Wollywog. You can edit commands through chat. Yes, you can. That is the main reason I update the socks command. If I could not do it through chat, I probably wouldn't because it would be a lot more work. But now I can just copy the description of my socks into chat at the beginning of each stream, so it only takes like 30 seconds or so. Unless I have to upload it, then it's a little bit longer. But yeah, it makes it much more streamlined to upload that. Otherwise, I would have to go to the Nightbot website, and that would be tedious because you have to log in. I have to log in every time. Is someone mowing? It's not being picked up. Well, maybe while I'm talking. Oh well. Oh well. What were we doing last time we did burner stuff? Oh right. We spent. I think the last stream we had to fix. I think that was the stream that we had to switch all of the blueprints over to a new world because there was some like weird bug issues going on. So it was I don't know if corrupted is the right word, but yeah, we can probably say corrupted. It was very broken. And then didn't I also do? I thought I did math, or not math, but I thought I put things into a calculator. But I guess not. Yeah, like I could have sworn I did a Kirkman-Donald estimate. Did I not do that? Or did I put it in the wrong spot? Okay, I did bookmark it. Okay, there we go. I just couldn't find it. Okay, so we need to be able to produce 360 refineries per hour. I think these things are all taken care of. This doesn't have an output. These don't have fuel. But aside from that, it's taken care of. Actually, outputting from these isn't difficult. We can just use an underground belt. Let's see, what else did we do? We did assembly machine 1s and 2s, kind of. This says it only needs 0.2 factories to run. That is assuming they can run full speed. We have 2 inputs, yeah, or not. So even if these run at like a 5th speed, that should be fine. Medium poles, not medium poles. I don't actually know if we need medium poles anywhere, but big electric poles, substations. So those were tricky. We can obviously produce them here, and I think we should, but we'll also need medium poles just during the run itself, and we're not producing them. So I think we need to find like an earlier stage to produce those. What else? More module production in Maine. We have half. Oh right, we need. We need 8 more prod mod assemblers as well, which we are running out of space to do that, but I feel like we could cram something in there. It doesn't need to be pretty, it just needs to work. That's the advantage of it being something that can be done by bots. Okay, these are set up. Okay, so I think we're good on all of our power armor. I really don't like that these require speed modules to be functional, but it was either that or it was going to be like this much larger. And I couldn't really justify that space. Slightly regretting it, but I mean, we didn't have the space to work with, so I shouldn't really regret it. We used what we used what we had. These aren't gonna. I think the main issue with this is that it will take a decent amount of time to speed up or to get to full production, because these are needed before we get any speed modules. Fortunately, speed mods are prioritized, so it's okay. Yeah, we need big electric poles, and we need them way earlier than stage 5, because we'll be using them to connect outposts. Wait, will we? I guess for roboports, but it's not like I need power to go to the outpost to get them started. But yeah, we'll need roboports there, so that way bots can build it. So yeah, we do need power, not a ton, but yeah, our outposts are just gonna have fuel. Rather than an electric pole for the most part. Okay, there's all this space here. I feel like this could fit an alright amount of big electric pole production. Cause like we have sticks here. What all do they need? They need sticks, copper, and steel, right? That's the recipe. It's been a while since I've made them outside of mods. Copper, steel, and iron sticks. And then these are the same recipe, just cheaper in case I want to use those. Substations we do not need. until the outpost, and we barely even need them for the outpost. So these can fortunately wait to be produced until this section. But we definitely need big electric poles early. What does substations even cost? Oh, they're just blue science, but I mean, there's no reason to use them. But it is nice to know. Okay, yeah, I imagine we'll just find a spot here to cram big electric poles, and we should be good. Because look at that, this has sticks. This is a fairly early stage too. There is one issue. That is that I don't actually see a way to get sticks out of here. um, yeah, I don't actually see a way to get sticks out of here. I could do logic. Could do logic on this belt. It's like we have space for sticks here. The only issue. Oh wait. I see it. I see it. Never mind. I see. I see the line. We use a splitter, and then we can send this through. Okay. Because the easiest solution would obviously be to have this go straight and curve up, but then this is grabbing from a corner, and since this is a fuel belt, we especially can't have it grabbing from a corner. Self-feeding, incredibly unsafe. Not something we can really use. But if we just have the sticks go straight through, that should be fine. And then I'm pretty sure we are not producing. Actually, wait. No, I'm not sure of anything anymore because we increased it. That's 0.75. This is 0.714. Okay, so we should be good. Hello, Max. Welcome. Wait, there's a B. That's a B? For some reason, every time I've looked over, I always thought that was an 8 at the end of your name, but it is a B. But yeah, howdy. We're doing some burner designs today. It's been like a week. I'm trying to remember exactly where we left off, but we're trying to get stuff we need for the outpost, which is it's the last big build we need to do. And it's not going to double our base size, but it's going to add, I think... I haven't actually done the math. Oh, right. It's going to add at least 5 iron lanes. I know that much. Or no. I think this is for... This is if we do red belts. I think that's what it was. This is how much we need for just the assembly machines and stuff like that. Aside from the steel, which we've already produced. So this is everything we need for all the assemblers, all the refineries, all of the larger machines. And then this is what we need for just the belts. That's if we use red belt. If we don't use red belt, we need this many. I think. Yeah. I want to say without red belt was 1, maybe 2 of these. Which, you know, I was... okay. I was considering going down to yellow belt because they're cheaper. But in the end of the day, this isn't that more entities. And it does... Red belt does save like 500 entities per outpost. Red belt could be worth it. That's your department number. Okay. Didn't realize there was six. Honestly, I looked at that. I'm like, oh, it's Neo, not Neo, near. But yeah, I guess that's just a very standard naming convention as well. Yeah, that looks. Honestly, all of this does not seem that bad. It felt really expensive at first, but it's manageable. The thing I don't like is the amount of splitters I need in the outpost. Maybe I can... There's no way to get rid of them. We can get rid of half of them, but we can't get rid of them completely. Because the splitters are necessary to make the belt stubbing work. I don't know. I'll have to revisit. I'll have to visit that once I get the rest of the base down, because this is just this is a very weird decision that I think will just probably be based on feeling, because I don't really... we won't really be able to make a decision without having like a full run, so to see if we like it with red or yellow belt, because it's a hard estimate to make. Because it's comparing like bot build time versus cost. I don't know how important bot build time is going to be when it comes to burner inserters. Like saving 5-10% entities usually is good, but might not matter that much considering we already have 30-minute start times. I don't think build time's gonna be too bad when when it takes 30 minutes for the lane to build as it is. But I don't think we need these sticks here anymore. Well, actually, wait. It depends what substations need. I don't know what substations need. Okay, then it looks like we don't need stick production if we're doing big electric poles early. Okay, so that's on stage 3.2. I would actually like it earlier, but I don't really see a great way to do that. So I guess we'll wing it and see what happens. Okay, there should be some copper here. Not a ton, but there should be enough. I really hope that I increase my copper production. And then I'm not just like going bare minimum here. But we have sticks here. We have steel on one of these belts. I want to say it's this close one. Yeah, this is steel. So steel, stick. Maybe a splitter? A splitter could work. What else is on this? It probably also has bricks or something, right? Oh, red chips. It also has red chips. Okay. I guess I don't need a cross here. I can send it forward a little bit. Because we just need to get a little bit of steel onto this belt. Which we can do here, or we can do over here. I don't actually think it's going to make a huge difference. We're just going to add a splitter. And we actually have to prio the splitter, which is a little bit annoying, because I don't want it to have to prio. I really don't want it to have to prioritize, but if we're grabbing from the splitter, we need the prio. Where else could I put it? Actually, I might be able to... Because this truncates, so... we can extend it, and then we don't need a prio anymore. Yeah, that should work. But prios are bad. It's basically what it boils down to. Ooh, doesn't work, but we can make it work. But yeah, when you're using burner inserters, you don't want to have anything be prioritized to one specific direction. It doesn't work great. It's your department of birth? I don't know what that means. It sounds official, but I have no idea what that means. Also, does this have more than... This has stone on it. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so sticks are on the right side. Gotcha. Okay, that's what it means. Figured it had something to do with birth location. I just didn't quite get it. What side of the belt does steel need to be on? Wait, is this pure steel? I think it is now. Yeah, okay. So steel is going to be side-loaded. It's got to be on the inside. Okay, this works out. This is really going to be hard to follow if I make any changes later. That's fine. That's just the whole base in a nutshell, really. Okay, we don't have enough space here. This is like the perfect spot for it. Can I move this? What is that? Oh, that's iron. I can move that, and then we have a really good spot for big electric poles. It actually needs to go higher. Also, why can't it be mined? Oh, it's 4.2, not 5. Okay. Don't know why I thought it was 5. Okay, so we'll move this up. This wastes a bit of belt, but that's fine. It's not like belt's super expensive, and it's not that many entities. Considering it allows me to actually place what I need right here, you know, that's a reasonable trade-off. Realizing now there's absolutely no reasonable way to get this to the top, so I think we will also need to produce more big electric poles. Because this is just for early big electric pole production. But I don't see a world where we get this from here all the way over here. That is across like 90% of the base. Just to save like one assembling machine. So that's... At least we don't have to worry about that. That's something. Yeah, this will let me get stuff early. And then I think this is the steel belt, right? Okay. 'Cause, 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 'cause I'm building these on the wrong stage. Then to 3.2. 3.2. Okay, let's see if that works. Oh, it did work. Awesome. Okay, back to 3.2. Now we can send this straight across, and I think we're good. Did I delete anything? I did, but I don't know if it's important. Okay, let's see. Big electric poles. Doesn't really matter where the output is. Okay, that should be fine. I hope it's right. Sticks go on the bottom, then they go down. Okay. This has steel and red chips. Okay. Steel and red chips. Steel is on the top. We split it off. Steel is now on the inside. Then steel's on the right side. Okay, that should be functional. Yes. Okay, so that should be good. And now we make another one of those. Yeah, we're definitely gonna use the logistic bots for delivering to my player. I think that's not gonna be banned because I don't I don't really, this isn't in a great position for me to actually grab from a mall. But that is allowed with the rule set because it's needed for an achievement. So I figured I would just allow logistic bots to be used because might as well start working towards the achievement as I go. We won't be using them to move to passive provider, to move to requester just though. That seems against the spirit. But I will happily deliver to myself. Okay. Now we go back up here, and we didn't delete the sticks. Okay, that's actually really nice. Not like they're that useful, but I'm glad we didn't delete it. Okay, so we needed copper. I do remember that. Now, if we put all of these over here, it looks like this is probably going to be the top of my... I don't think my base will be that much taller than this. Hopefully. But we'll see. How many is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have not cut this one down. Does that mean it has extra copper? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't actually know how how to count the lanes yet. So yeah, counting there is useless because I can't just count the lanes. I don't know which ones will run constantly, and I don't know how many we'll be getting from a single patch. 8 seems reasonable. So I'm assuming copper, we probably have some on the right. Because this is... Well, that's one yellow belt, 2 yellow belt, 3 yellow belt. Or is this 4 yellow belt? Did we end up doubling the length? I think this is actually 4 yellow belts of copper and 1 yellow belt of iron. Something like that. Because let's see, we have iron, we have coal here. Copper here? Wait, no, it's 3? Is this the one that's a weird ratio? I think this one's 3, so this is 1.5. Yeah, it's 3 half lanes, so 1.5, 1.5. 1.5, 1.5. Okay, so that's 6. And then this is another set. Yeah, considering I don't know how the balance of resources will be, I don't think I have to stress. I'm trying to like decide if I want copper on this side or this side. But I think I don't need to worry about it. Let's put it on... Let's put it on this side. I don't know why, that just makes more sense to me. Wait, Wait, I already have the copper, that's what this belt is. This is a copper and circuit belt, I think. Which is a weird combination, but yeah, okay. I don't know what this bottom one is, though. Oh, that's spare circuits. Oh, no. What does that mean? Oh, it just means I don't have a prio here. That's fine. The mod highlights if blueprint logic changes at all, or if the filters change. So it's always concerning, because it makes me think that I misplaced something, but it looks like I just edited it on the wrong layer. So this is circuits, and then this is copper. And it's slightly more than 1 lane of copper. That's annoying. So realistically, I actually do need to just send it straight through completely. because I might actually use all this copper. I doubt it, but just in case, we do need to account for that. Of course, this is saying that I don't need any more blue chips, red chips, so hopefully that's right. I think it is. Because we have been I think we've been overestimating how much we need of certain things, so I imagine we should have plenty of blue chips by now. So this copper can go down here. We also need red chips. Sorry, we need not too many blue chips, too many red chips, and also too many blue. Honestly, we're good on most of our resources. I want to say that we already split it. Is that this belt? Yeah, okay, so it looks like we already split it. I'm going to keep them together. We'll read about them later. We have copper, green chips, red chips. That's good. I might actually put something on a belt so we can tell a little bit easier, a little bit more easily. Actually, they'll probably end up going down to the bottom. So I'm going to make the assumption that this is where I want my power pole production. I really don't think we need medium poles at all. Maybe I'll have like some specific parts of my build where a medium pole might save something. Like right here, it doesn't reduce the amount of power poles because I still need one here. So I could just do this with regular power poles. Same for here, right? Yeah, like unless I can skip every other assembling machine, medium power pole isn't any more expensive. Is there any build that benefits from medium power poles? Have I designed any with them? Hard to say. I have 14 placed, but I have no idea where those are, and if we need them, and if we even need them. I also don't even know where I was highlighting. What the heck? Oh, the yeah, the test portion. So yeah, I don't think this benefits from medium poles, right? Because this is one for every assembling. Oh, that's annoying. This one like partially benefits. I think it saves like 10 power poles. Maybe. Yeah, it saves one power pole for every 4 power poles it uses. So it saves 3. Yeah, that's not worth setting up entire medium pole production for that. And then for this, we can fix it by just staggering it, right? Actually, wait, the way this is set up, we don't use this. Why am I planning around that? The way this one's set up kind of needs a medium. Oh, but we won't have medium at this point. Yeah, let's just not do mediums. Doesn't look like we really are going to benefit enough from it to justify it. Okay, so we have cables. Steel will probably also be on this belt. That should be fine. And then if copper comes from the opposite direction, if we do copper and red chips, I think that would be reasonable. Because then we could have substations here as well as big electric poles in the same row. So that would be 2 inputs, 2 inputs. And then they would use a splitter strat like this. Actually, wait, it goes the other way, sorry. There we go. So something like this would let me produce everything I need. Input, 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 input. These are too close to each other, that's fine. Yeah, we haven't done the coal yet. These are all off-grid then. Yeah, these aren't spaced out enough. That's fine. It's not like I'm hurting for space, but it is a little bit annoying. There we go. At least I don't. Yeah, okay, these ones are on a grid. It's just these are messed up. I was worried that these ones had a problem because these are actually finished building. Was worried I messed them up, but they look fine. Okay, we really do not need that many power poles. I do have an estimate. We need 480 per hour for both of them. Which means we only need to run these at about like 10% speed or something, like a little over 10% speed. Which I believe this can do. We might need more sticks. Well, let's see. This is enough sticks for about 3/8 of the assembly machine. Or no, half the assembly machine. Yeah, we have more than enough. Okay, so one assembler should be fine for both. That's just going to go into a chest for now. Actually, they'll probably go on a belt. I haven't... Yeah, I imagine we're actually going to be belting everything, and then we'll put it in a red chest later. Although that's not a huge deal right now. Okay, so this is supposed to be copper and red chips, which is the top lane somehow. That's this lane and this. You know what? Let's just say, okay, we're just gonna say we don't need 16 furnaces worth of copper, because I'm pretty sure we do not need 16 furnaces worth of copper. I think that's our total amount we need if we're not producing any electric circuits here, but we're also producing circuits here. So this should be enough. We can just say we're only producing 12. If I change my mind, we upgrade it to red belt, and it's now 30% faster. That should be fine. I don't know what's happening with my voice. I feel like I haven't talked a lot the past couple days, but it feels like it's scratchy. Oh, well, probably fine. We'll just send that straight through. I don't know where that's gonna go yet. Or not scratchy, like a frog, croaky. Maybe I'm just thirsty. Could just be thirsty. Okay. That's red chips and copper. This is steel and sticks. It's not actually connected yet though, so I should do that. Steel comes from here. We're gonna add a splitter because I don't know where all steel needs to go, but we can just do that. I imagine we'll be able to condense this later, but honestly, we probably don't have to. That's the nice thing. I don't think we really have to condense it to save like 30 tiles. It's not going to be the end of the world. It's like we could probably compact a lot of this. We could compact it even more if we put the smelting in the middle. I might actually end up doing that. Because if I could make this side and this side end at the same height, that would be really cool. But we'll see. We also still have to do the power plant, and the power plant might change a lot of things. Maybe not a lot of things. It'll change a fair amount of things when we get the power plant set up. I don't think it changes our main base at all. It just means we're going to have stuff on the outsides. So I imagine we're going to have like a 2 wide thick layer of chemical plants on like almost every single side. Haven't fully figured out how we're going to do that, but I needed to get all of the inserters placed so I could do an estimate of how many chem plants I need. Because it could be a single layer, it could be a double layer, it might even be like a quadruple layer. It really depends how many belts I think I need to fill and how fast. Because like I think a single layer would be fine at a steady state, but it would take forever to fill up. So I'll probably need to do at least double layer, maybe even like 4. We're gonna have like 2,000 chemical plants I think by the end of the run. So I also need to finish the original mall. Finish starter base mall. Finish original base mall. Original mall, and then on patch mall. There we go. Finish on patch mall is another thing. Or just on patch build. We did like a rough sketch of it. I guess sketch probably isn't the right word. But we did like a rough draft. That's the word. We did a rough draft of it, and then I realized I don't know if I'm going to be hand feeding it or trying to automate it, because that changes things a lot. Also realized I forgot to announce. Okay. Yeah. We haven't fully finished the starter mall because I wasn't sure how much hand feeding I'd be up to, and that does change the design drastically, because I could hand feed everything. Probably the most optimal idea setup, but I could also not hand feed anything, and it won't be that much slower, but it'll be way more cozy. So that obviously has a significant impact on our base. Also, is this 5? Yes, it is. Okay. So we're getting substations, we're getting big electric poles. I'm pretty sure we're off the coal grid. Wait, does this have a coal grid? This is a... This doesn't work, does it? I think it does. I think it's going to be weird. Because these are on a grid. Okay, they are actually aligned with the original grid. They're not here. You don't know if I read the whispers on... I do not read the whispers on Twitch. I will check that out afterwards. But yeah, people don't use those, so I always forget they exist. When I submitted my first speedrun, um, I think I got the invite to the channel because I read a speedrun.com message before I read the Twitch one. But yeah, you're good. I appreciate the apology. But I'll read it at the end of the stream or afterwards. Yes, sticks. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something, but I think these just have way fewer parts than I'm thinking than I want them to, and it's because they use copper directly. Did they ever use cables? Am I imagining that? The recipe changed at some point, right? Factorio medium power poles. Because I swear it used to I swear it used to not require sticks or something. Electric poles. Let's see. History 1.7 now requires sticks. Okay, what was the old recipe? Does anybody know? This face looks too good to be burner shenanigans. Well, this is the let's see. Where's the messiest part? Is this better? Does this does this offset it? I think this is my messiest one. uh why so compact? Because it's a burner design and it seemed fun. You don't want to expand? It's a 100% design. There's no need to expand. Anything not in the base isn't in the run. That's how 100% generally works. There's really, if you have to design something in the run itself, you're already doomed. You're already doomed. For a first run, it would be okay, but yeah, there's no reason to have anything look expandable. You want it compact to make it build faster, to save entities, and just have everything smaller so that way bots can reach everything easier. It's beautiful, logical, and organized spaghetti. I love it. It is, I would say organized. I think it's beautiful, and it is slightly logical. I guess it's partially organized. The coal belts are very organized. That one I will. These are fantastic. I love the coal systems that we use. We have like 4 different coal distribution networks or different types, and it's really cool. And I think they all have different benefits. Self-feeding without logic has almost none, so we don't really use that. But other things have lots of benefits. This is bro. This doesn't work. Does it? I don't get it. This is on a different. Oh wait, I think this is all we have to do. Okay, never mind. I thought things were horribly broken. We just have these in the wrong spot. Okay, that's I thought we were gonna have to redesign everything. So slight panic there, but it looks like we're good. Wait, why are these? Oh, now I'm confused. Maybe it's because I don't have the inputs. I feel like they're not aligning with the coal grid. Maybe they are. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I'm just imagining things. It's probably okay. Uber danger reference? I definitely do not get the reference. Are they a Factorio player? Or is it just just a YouTuber? Just like generic, non-Factorio YouTuber. A silly YouTuber. Gotcha. I would say about 2 years ago. Because I used to like Factorio a lot, but I never played it consistently. But once I started streaming in it, I realized I like streaming the game. It's fun. But before then, I only played like very casually, like 20 hours a year, and now I'm at like 3 years, 3,000 hours, something like that. I haven't placed anything in a while. What am I looking for? I'm looking for something, but I don't know what. Oh, I minimized it. That's why I can't find it. The list of what I needed. Speed modules. Okay, these are good. Those are good. That's. I feel like I'm missing a lot. Oh right, let's clean these up because I realize they're off the grid. Yeah, about 2 years ago. What is that? What's wrong with that? It's a medical condition. I can't stop. I can't stop playing this game and doing terrible things with it. Okay. Where do I want to get the fuel from? That was the next question. These are low fuel requirement. These are low fuel requirements. If this was flipped, things would be cool. Can I flip it? I think I can flip this entire thing and not have it break. No, it's definitely possible. I guess a better question is, can I actually do it without messing up? Okay, I think I placed it in the same spot. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I was about to flip every single belt by hand. There wasn't much thinking involved. I caught myself, but yeah, there was not thinking initially. Okay, so we need the coal to go here. Wait, do I want these to be here? I kind of just pasted them here. I'm realizing now I don't actually want them to be there. I want them to be here to fill in this gap. So let's move that down. So we'll do these at the bottom. That makes sense to me. Don't know why, but it does. Okay, that lines up. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, we'll move this as close as it can possibly go, because why not? So that would be... Well, that can't get fuel, so it needs to be here. Okay, so that's as close as it can go. I don't think we're going to be outputting into the red chest directly, but we can leave them there for placeholders. I don't think that's going to be a tricky thing to have to change later if I decide I don't like it. We are not consuming that much iron at all, so this definitely needs another splitter, or this needs to go somewhere. But it should be fine for now. Where's this belt? I think this is the belt we need. I wish we could label the belts. Oh, speaking of belts, is everyone read the Factorio facts for today? I think it was today, where they're making it that you can read the entire contents of a belt, like with one belt. You don't have to put a wire on every single belt. Yeah, sushi glorified, exactly. We'll have to revisit this when the expansion comes out for sure. Or we'll have to, oh gosh, can you imagine going to other planets with only burner inserters? I need to do I'll make a meme speedrun, legendary burner. The goal is to just get a legendary burner inserter as fast as possible. I think that would be great. This is rotated. Oh well. Okay, so fuel can come from... Wait, where's the fuel? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. I think I might... I don't normally like the burner, but because how this is set up, this might be fine. Now let's just use this. Let's just use a splitter. There's no reason to use a burner inserter there. It doesn't really save. It doesn't save entities at this point, and it doesn't really save. It saves like one entity, but it definitely doesn't save cost. And it doesn't work very safely. This is unsafe actually. It might. There isn't a great way. Oh wait, yeah, there is. There is. There we go. That slight curve at the end is enough to make it unsafe. If it's straight, it's pretty safe. All I have to do is make this a longer underground, and then we're good. Yeah. Okay. Much nicer. That's sticks, steel, copper. Okay, that's all good. Okay. And now we also send coal up. Now this is the annoying thing. I think I'm actually gonna have them on separate coal grids, for the sole sake of it fits a lot nicer that way. So these are actually going to be slightly shifted, which is totally fine. Just a little bit odd. I think I realized I need way more gears and green chips than I thought. Right? Yeah, so I need to come up with some way to sideload gears into the middle. How do I calculate that? I don't think we do. I think we just have more splitters than we need. Because there's not a great way to calculate stuff with burner inserters, unfortunately. Because we're so inserter limited, more than anything. That's a lot of work to do estimates on, because it's a very weird proportion of inserters, so we're just gonna assume it's fine. That's the easiest way to do it. Okay. But a long belt. Wait, there's no reason for these to be next to each other like this, is there? Because if I make it long, I can fit it in this whole section, and then it's just nice and compact, and that gives me all this space to work with. But then again, I zoom out, and I have all this space to work with for like 20 assembly machines, so I don't think it really matters how things fit together. Is what I think what it amounts to at the end of the day. So let's leave some space. This part doesn't need to be super compact, so let's move it to where it feels simple. Okay, and where's the coal grid need to be? I think the coal staggers here. Okay, so that needs an underground. And this should be able to just output straight up. Blink, blink twice if someone is holding me hostage. How would I blink? Is that blinking? the real problem of not having a camera. You can't tell if you're being held hostage. It's worse than we thought. Nope, yeah, nobody could have predicted this. I'm being forced to build burner stuff for like 10 hours every single week, and if I don't miss the quota, well, I don't know what happens, but I'm scared to find out. I might never be able to play Factorio again. Okay, these are safe, these are safe. They're built wrong, but they're safe. I I think that's worse actually. I think I would rather have them be broken and at least built properly. This is facing the wrong way. Okay, that should be fine. And then, what is this weird pattern? I think I had a reason for it, and I think the reason was just balancing. Yeah, it's just so I get an equal amount of all of them. Because if I did all refineries in a row and then all chem plants in a row, I would disproportionately get extra refineries while it started. Man, you hate Factorio, you want to play it, but you gotta do some schoolwork first. Wait, and that makes you hate Factorio? Is it just because you can't focus on your schoolwork now? Okay. Because that seems fair. Gotcha. Okay, that's an understandable reason. I hate it because I can't play at this moment. The real signs of Factorio addiction. They harm millions every year. Wait, is it millions? How many people play Factorio? I imagine it's at least multiple million. Let's see. What does Google say? As of January 2023, that sold 3.5 million copies. 20,000 people play Factorio. That sounds right. Only 20,000 people own the game as well. They're just very loyal to it. They play it so much, it's equivalent to 30 million people playing it. Wait, sorry, 3 million people. Okay, that seems functional, right? I think I got all the inserters. There's so many inserters and undergrounds here. This right here is a great example of why everything here is still regular belts. Like, obviously, regular belts are worse in terms of inserter count, or in bot, in terms of bot actions. So, yeah, it's worse in terms of bot actions, but regular belt is easy to follow. It's really hard to follow undergrounds, as you can see here. So I have started trying to keep things as straight belts as long as I can, because if I can avoid this until I know it's working, it reduces mistakes a lot. You hope I'm going to edit this playthrough and post on YouTube? Probably won't edit the planning phase, but no, definitely going to edit the run. And there'll also be an unedited version that'll go on the VODs channel. It's going to take like 3 full days, I think, for me to upload. Let's see. If I'm expecting to take 12 hours, it's going to take 72 hours to upload. You should start charging me copyright fees? Oh, did you see the title of my latest VOD? Yeah, I stole your comment. It's not the first time I've done that. So when I get a silly comment, I'm like, well, that would be a great title. Because somebody said there was one comment somebody made one time. I think it was for my No Pipes playthrough. Yeah, no, it had. Yeah, okay. They typed, "Bread don't like pipes." There's definitely a typo in it. I'm just like, oh, that's a great title. It was a great title, and I think that video actually got views too. It's just, yeah, I just like, oh, that's great. Typo and everything. This is a mess. This is a complete mess. I don't think there's any way to sugarcoat that. Yeah, that's what we're making right now. Okay, so that can go under. That can go under. Did I know this was a problem? I imagine I planned for a splitter to be here, because I don't think I would have completely missed that. Don't want to be mean, but you're the type of people to get banned from community servers. Wait, which one? Him or me? Is it for the copyright infringement of stealing a YouTube comment? Oh, because of the design? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, I'm an absolute menace to society for what I'm creating right now. I really don't deserve anything but punishment for this. Okay, so this is a splitter. That's an underground. Okay, this one just goes straight through. This needs to be moved up. Awesome. I don't think it actually continues. Okay, maybe? I don't think I've said that in any time recently. I mean, ever. Wait. I have 3 of these? Oh, I don't remember having 3. But yeah, I've definitely get a lot of comments about how I'm masochistic for the types of runs I do, so understandable. How am I gonna output these? Okay, I think I see the line. Yeah, okay. These can stay as chests, but I think I figured it out. For good reasons. Oh, no, yeah, no, they're totally justified reasons. 100%. when yeah, it's completely fair to assume that. Um, with the types of friends I do. Is this GC Mall? We don't really need a GC Mall to the degree that they need one in 100%. It's the closest comparison to it, but yeah, we don't actually have that many green chips. Well, I say that, but all of this is powering it. So I guess there is a fair amount of green chips. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 9, 10, 11. It's six yellow belts of green chips. Half of it going into red chips and the other half going into modules, I think. Something like that. So yeah, it's not as green chip heavy because inserters and electric drills not necessary. But it's still a decent amount considering we're using burner inserters. Six yellow belts of electric circuits is wild. How are you going to take care of electric energy? Electric, can I use it? Nuke? Unfortunately, I cannot use nuke. It's not against the rule set, but mining it would be against the rule set because you can't mine you can't mine uranium with burner drills. I think a lot of mods add it, but it's not a vanilla feature. So we will be using 2 to 3 gigawatts worth of steam power, just like steam engines, which is it's so many for just steam engines. It's rough. To put it in perspective, have you seen any 100% runs at all, like the actual like speed runs? So you see their like their massive like water system, right? To power, and they're producing about 10 gigawatts from that. We're using just as much water, but we're only producing 2 gigawatts. So it's we unfortunately do not. Oh, is it up to 11 now? Yeah, I haven't watched them that recently. Okay, so it's 11 gigawatts, but still, we for a fifth of that, we're using the same amount of water because of how awful steam power is relative to nuclear. It's great. I was really hoping I would be able to cut down on water requirements, but yeah, it's not gonna happen. I think this is gonna have to awkwardly wrap around. Yeah, this is gonna have to awkwardly wrap around. That's fine. Even more with new Nephrons build, around 15 to 16. Dang. That's a pretty sizable improvement. I wish it was like proportional, like 50% more power means 50% more speed, but I feel like that's just for like cramming out like 15 more minutes, which is still would be huge, but with the amount of extra infrastructure you need to support just like small improvements, it's quite the challenge. But these I think are all hooked up now. Now I'm realizing there's not a. I don't think we left enough space. Can we use red belts? I might have to use a little bit of red belt here. There, more comment. Is it a new title idea or is it accusing me of theft? Oh, it is a new one. Is there a part 3 to that video? Or did I finish that one in one day? Because if there's a part 3, I like that one as well. Factorio, but I make questionable life choices. That's a great one. It's to feature beacons. Ooh, beacons and GC outposts. I remember there was someone who had played a while ago who was designing the speedrun base that was trying to do something like that. So it's cool to see being more developed. I wish we could use beacons in our green chip outposts. It's not that useful, unfortunately, for us. Okay, can I get a... Wait. Okay, so this is 6.5, 6. Okay, so this doesn't use more than a full belt of anything. I mean, it does for steel, but none of them. Because nothing runs full speed, it doesn't actually use that much steel. And the top needs. These are useless numbers. These are incredibly useless numbers. How do I estimate this? The reason they're so useless is because we have so many inserters that are inserter limited. So these assembly machines don't run at more than like 20% speed, I think, maybe 30. If you have problems to build more outposts, you need to find a way to squeeze more from the same mount. That makes sense. I thought he was also speeding up how fast he built outposts, or maybe he. I remember reading a little bit about that. Maybe the goal was too extreme. Because I thought they're already building like what, an outpost every like 6 minutes or 5. Oh, it's up, volleyball. Welcome, welcome. Anti-patience, you get it? Yeah. Well, not because speedrun. Um, it was just general, but I kept it because it applied to speedruns. Because I did consider rebranding it. I'm like, no, this is a great speedrun name. I have no idea what this chest is. Iron. But yeah, that's part of it for sure. Um, Trains are also faster finished. What do those do? Oh, I guess just help them get the outposts earlier. Okay, so why am I supplementing iron here? And how much do these need to run? These are the questions I need answered. Okay, so my calculations say I need these to run at 30% speed for one of them. And I have 3 of them. So I don't know how those math works out. The rocket is very questionable design. 100% very questionable. Questionable design. Especially with the two brains on the side does not help. How do I do this? Okay, let's do a quick estimate. This says it's running needs 9 iron per second and 8. Okay, so this can run at 3.6 over 9. Let's just call it 3.6 over 9. Okay, so this runs at 40% speed. This one we have iron and what do we have on the top? Iron and steel on the top, which means you have circuits on the bottom. So this runs at 3.8 or 3.6 over 8. So these run at 40% speed. Why do I have 3 of them? Is it No, why do I have 3 of them? Did I just think maybe I'll need more later? This is the strongest shape of rocket? I accidentally muted it. Yes. How long was it muted? Anti wouldn't be a good chef. I make great spaghetti. Like a minute. Okay, that's not that bad. Something something tentacles. our rough combo with the penis rocket emote. um, and also, I forgot to build pipes. That's all I meant. That's all I really. That's a decent summary of what was missed. I think. No idea what this needs to go to. We will send this straight through, and I don't know why that's still there. And we'll just send it there, see what happens. We probably need a splitter as well. Coal only, no pipe, and no belt next run. um, Ask me again in a year when I'm completely out of ideas. We'll save that for a rainy day when I literally have nothing else in mind. Also, how did I connect these? That's circuits, that's steel.
Tacos every day. Oh, 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 tacos every day.
Zemo? Please don't. Please don't what? Do it in a year? Hello, what's up, Zimmaltus? Welcome, welcome. Were you doing 100% still? We're on to something else these days. I think this will work. Better space exploration speedrun? Oh, like solo? How long does that take? Also, welcome, welcome. Single player, any percent with space exploration? Or are those two separate things? Dicklord did it in 18 hours? Wait, is that for the isn't there like a intermediate goal, like some secret goal? I'm assuming it's going for that one. I don't know what the endings actually are. I've just heard there's an alternate one that's faster. That's the extent of my knowledge of what the end conditions are. It's believed to be slower. So the official ending could also be under 20 hours? Interesting. Meanwhile, I'm like 100 hours into my space exploration playthrough, and I don't even know what the end condition is. The 18-hour one wins the spaceship victory. Yeah, I don't know what the other one either though. These words don't mean anything in particular, or anything specific to me. Which which one's the secret ending? Is that the spaceship one, or is that the intended one? Is it secret as well? This needs to be green chips. Or is it a Dyson sphere? Spaceship is normal ending. Oh. That's really fast then. The secret ending is spoiler heavy. Gotcha. Yeah, I assumed that one was the secret one because I just, like I said, my knowledge of it is very little. I just thought people said it was faster, and I assumed that's the one people went to. Anyway, this is a design for all achievements using only burner inserters. It's gonna take, I don't know, up to 16 hours probably. I think that it's designed for like 10 to 12, but I imagine it's going to take at least 16, about 16, just because there's probably going to be a lot of errors and imbalances. But in theory, it's base designed for 12 hours for all achievements. Burners are terrible. They're so bad. We get UPS limited at 3 hours before the run ends. If that gives you an idea of how long it will take and why it's so slow. So it's like 2 hours of outposting and then 3 hours for just waiting for green chips. So there's not much I could do to speed up that last phase, aside from getting a better computer, which I mostly did. So yeah, there's very little I can speed it up until new CPUs come out, basically. But yeah, it's a really fun base. We currently have roughly the same footprint as the normal base, but we produce like half as much. because burner inserters are so incredibly inefficient. Currently working on connecting up stuff for the final outpost. So we need to produce. My goal is one outpost every 10 minutes. I think that's reasonable considering I'll be doing it with a controller. I don't think I'll be able to get any faster. I think it could go faster, but yeah, I will not be placing faster. Also, where's the green ship line? I think that's this thing. But yeah, we have a lot of direct feeding in the outposts. Each outpost itself, I haven't decided. I have 2 designs. I'll probably show them off because they're pretty cool. Just need to finish connecting this first before I forget, because I've been delaying this for a while. But I need to make sure this actually works. Wait, is this... Okay, so we need a splitter here. Okay, that should be fine. And then this is gears. Okay, so gears go there, and gears go here. Which we should have a whole belt of gears. I don't know how many gears we actually have, but this should be fine. I think we heavily overproduced gears, but a lot of them are also for later things. Let's see, where does this go? A lot of the gears are also for when we set up the conveyors, but I have not done an estimate of how many conveyor belts I needed yet, so we've been delaying that. What just happened? Oh, we got a raid from Zemo. I'm assuming that's what you're referring to. Just tuned in to see spaghetti. Yeah, there's lots of spaghetti. Admittedly, this part's probably the largest spaghetti we have, because this is like the very top of the base. It's at the point where it doesn't really matter what we save here. It's going to have almost no effect to save, like, to make the base more compact on the very edge isn't going to change anything, so this will probably have a lot more spaghetti because there's no real reason to try to make it clean. It's not worth the time investment, basically. It won't really save time in the run, and it will take a lot of time to make it clean for no reason. If we do a version 2, we can clean this stuff up, but at the moment, no real reason to. Don't know what to do with this iron. I think we have way too much. I think this is also supposed to go to belts, because I feel like we do not have a use for it at all. And then we're making some assumptions here that we don't need more iron or steel or plates, but I think that's wrong. I guess we'll find out. So the only thing we're missing now are pipes. We are already overtime. I mean, it's not really overtime. It was supposed to be finished, but I had to miss like 15 due to health concerns. So, like, there's not really overtime. My estimate was pretty accurate, but when you have to miss like 2 weeks, it's delays things. Wait, why did that stop? Oh, it wasn't looping. There we go. There we go. But yeah, we're on schedule for how many hours I think it would have taken to build this. Like, pretty perfectly, actually. So that's working. We'll connect that later. We're just going to give it an infinity chest for now. And then what else? Pipes can fit here. The only issue is I don't really have iron for that. I guess I can continue this through. That should be fine. Yeah, okay, let's just send this right along. And then this is where we make pipes. Where is it? Okay, I was like, I could have sworn I had pipes to copy and paste. Although, now that I've built it, it doesn't do anything. It's not like this, it simplifies anything. There we go. Okay, and then we should be able to use splitters here, right? Yeah, okay. We can make that work. We can make that work. This is a lot of splitters, but they're so cheap at this point in the run that it doesn't matter that much. Did I delete those? I did delete those. This ratio is right. We need 5 to 2. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I don't think this one's in the right spot. It looks off to me. I don't know why, but it doesn't look right. Oh wait, I can... These aren't input limited. Well, they are. They're not that input limited. So realistically, I could actually have how many coal belts I have by doubling up. I think that's a good idea. So if we do every others, that would be, we get rid of this one and then we get rid of this one. So yeah, we don't need a coal lane on every side. That's a little bit wasteful. I also should flip the inputs. There we go. So this can go here and they can double up on this one and we should be fine. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, okay. That's good. Where does this go? I don't know how to reroute them. Oh, I know what to do. We do we do underground belt first, or underground pipe first, and then regular pipe. That should be fine. Then for this one, we do actually need double input. It's facing the wrong way, but we do need double input. Also, welcome Tech30. Well, thanks so much for the follow. Yeah, we do. We've been doing burner designing most of the week. Sundays we do space exploration, a very casual playthrough where we're just messing with things. And then Mondays we do the dumb runs, in addition to dumb stuff like this. So lots of different things. It's not his dog, it's me. You caught me. Okay, that works. We need 4 more. We also need to sideload this. But that's easy, right? Yeah, okay, that part's easy. Okay, realizing now that getting this to there is going to be a little bit annoying, but we'll make it work. I think we'll have to go down and up, but yeah, it's functional. It works. That's what matters. And then iron is here. It's a little bit low, actually. But we should just be able to flip it up and everything's okay. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. And now that we shifted things, we actually need the splitters in different spots, right? Yeah, okay. That should be fine. Input, 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 output, output. Okay. Then we'll be able to just copy this one more time over here once it's done. Awesome. Now that we have a build we can copy. It's not a ton, but it is something. And then we'll make those double outputs. I think they're flipped the wrong way though. Okay, I think it's good now. There we go. Now we can copy this and paste another next to it. If these were selfie, wait, why are these not working? It registered something as a link. If you forget a period, that happens sometimes. But yeah, anything that the chat registers as a link gets deleted automatically. But .it doesn't sound like an actual extension. Yeah, don't worry. There's no like punishment for that. It just auto deletes it. It doesn't like ban or anything. I think it times you out for like 5 seconds. Why does this look so spread out? No, it's right. It's just because I had it so tight before. Okay, that should be fine. The dude who made the soundtrack cooked, it really fits well to the base building. I think the Factorio soundtrack is fantastic. It's not something I can like listen to just casually, but it's really, really good vibes with the game for sure. Also, yeah, let's just go down. Let's just go down and up. I think that's fine. I think, well, if we can get it to fit. Which I think we can. It's just going to be a bit uglier than I expected, which shouldn't be surprised by. It always is. And then this is gonna go somewhere. Don't know where, but for now it's just gonna stick here. I believe I need this side of the belt for the regular pipes. Not entirely confident on that, and I guess I'll never really know. Wait, I can just look. Regular pipes are in the yeah, okay, regular pipes are on the inside. So I think that's the only thing we haven't connected are stone and speed modules. So that's, I don't know where those come from. Well, I know where speed modules come from. I don't know where stone comes from. I think we're gonna add it to the to-do list. Stone bricks for refineries, because I need to. I need to reevaluate some things for that. Some of the belts between splitters are facing the wrong way. Oh, are they? Some of the belts between splitters? Oh, yes, it was. Okay. Is it just those? I think it's just those. Hello, Pandabo. Welcome, welcome. Let's go to my outpost real quick because I haven't shown it off in a bit. I think this is the correct one. But yeah, we need our goal. Our goal is my goal is about 15, I think. I want to say 15. Yeah, my goal is 15 double outposts. So the way we're gonna do it, we're gonna do 15 outposts, and I connect 2 separate small copper patches to them, and that's just because of how bad burner inserters are, or burner drills are. It's really hard to fully saturate a belt. So I would need 30 to 35 normal outposts like this, or 15 double, and I think it's not going to take me 10 minutes extra to attach copper, so that extra copper. So it's, to me, it makes more sense to go for 1 large iron patch and find 2 small copper, rather than have to find massive copper and massive iron everywhere. So that's the goal. Would I want to hear some good news? Yeah, what's the good news? Is it that they're adding the ability to read the entire belts in Factorio expansion? Because that's the good news I have today. I think it sounds fantastic. Okay, I'm just gonna go on building. You're a mod for anti-elites now. You feel so smug you wouldn't believe it. And now you can't be easily banned for liking apples. Fair. Congrats. The bragging rights are insane. Are they? Knowing that you're a traitor to the banana kind with your love of apples. What's that sound? Nothing. Okay. Why would you be banned for liking apples? That war. Yeah, that war. Apples versus bananas is a huge debate. But yeah, this is the outpost. So this is one of the main things for burner designing that saves a lot of time. Because this is, what 90% of the base goes to. It's the same general concept as in an actual run. Make a bunch of circuits, store them in chests, and hopefully they last long enough to go through the whole run. However, since we're only using burner inserters, it's a lot slower. We can't use electric furnaces. We're inserter limited for a lot of things, and we need twice as many inserters for half as much production, is basically what it boils down to. We do need to produce coal at every outpost, or solid fuel at every outpost. So that will be fun. This is more than you need this is more than I need at a steady state, but even with this many chemical plants, like even with 2 full yellow belts of coal, or solid fuel, I think is what we're producing here, it still has like a start time of 20 to 30 minutes, something like that. But at a steady state, these run at like 10% speed, but we just need to saturate the belt fully. Did I say ability to read the amount of something on the whole length of belt? Yes, I did say that. They announced it in the Factorio facts today. So that way, instead of just having to do this, you can just read 1 belt, and you can say read the whole belt. It does get broken off by splitters and side loading though. So it said this would be considered 1 belt, this would be considered 1 belt, and then I imagine this would be considered 2. But it will make things like side loading onto sushi a lot easier. And yeah, start time of about half an hour. Because I just need to produce so much coal. Why would that be considered 2? Maybe they just made... They probably just made the assumption that that's how people would want it to be used. I don't know if there's any technical reason. I think it's just what they wanted. How they wanted to split them up. And if you ever wanted to make it 2, you could just, add a splitter between them. Is it the transport lines? Is that how they work, like, behind the scenes? I figured it was just a distinction. But I'm just basing off what they said in the Factorio facts. I just remember seeing side loads and splitters break it up. But for things like sushi, it doesn't matter that much. So, like, you could still sideload onto these, get sushi, and you can do basically the memory circuits without having to use actual combinators for it and track the inserters. Filter pump? Oh, that one also seems kind of cool. Just wait until someone makes sushi fluids. Yeah, this is the outpost. It produces... Is that right? I feel like it produces more coal. No. Yeah, no. It produces two yellow belts of solid fuel. And it has a start time of 30 minutes. And that is because it has to back up... Before everything fully runs, we need 1,300 inserters all filled with... We'll say it has an average of 4. Because it's actually like 5 and 2. Or like... No, 5 and 3. So we'll say 4. So it needs 6,000 coal from that, roughly. Another 1,000 for the furnaces, and then the belts alone. Let's see, that's 200 long times 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say times 5. What is that? 200 times 5? 1,000 times 4. So that's another 4,000 fuel. So it needs roughly at least 10,000. That is on the low end. But we're just going to say it needs at least 10,000 fuel before everything runs fully. That's a lot. So I could make it start faster if I double the amount of chemical plants I have. I could shave off like 10 minutes from the start time or something. Which I might be doing. It does sound kind of useful. But that also increases how many chemical plants I need that just eventually stop running. So I'm not sure exactly how I'll do that. Because I also don't want them to have... if I do temporary ones, I don't want them to have efficiency modules because that would be expensive. So what I imagine I'll actually do is have non-efficiency modules versions, so they're cheaper. But then I have a belt with prio. So something like this, where we have the efficiency side going to the left and then the non-efficiency one going to the right. Would training in solid fuel be worthwhile to start the outpost quicker? No, I wouldn't. I don't think it would be worth it. Because the thing is, it's a lot of solid fuel. Like, that's a lot of solid fuel that you need. So I don't think kickstarting it is going to be that beneficial, especially since it would make the train network a lot harder to set up, unless I did like a building train. But that's a lot of solid fuel I'd need to produce in my main base too. So it would only really be quicker if I was buffering it the entire time in my main base. And I'll be consuming it in my main base. So it might be better. It wouldn't save a ton of time. It won't be that helpful. Because the thing is, 30-minute start time, that's not that much, right? It's a 5-hour phase. If we just shift the entire phase by 30 minutes, it's a 5.5-hour phase. That's not that big of a difference to me. Finishing in 5 hours versus 5.5. I think if I could get more outposts, I would care more. But with such a long window, I'm not that concerned with the start time. I just don't want it to be like an hour. But yeah, it's a possibility. I haven't fully decided not to do trains. Just not sure. Not sure they're worth setting up. Because you can't fit a lot on one train is really what it comes down to. You would need... It's 800 per train, right? So I would need to belt in 12... Or I would need to get 12 full cargo wagons every outpost. Don't know how long that would take to fill. One sorter going to... Yeah, it's not terrible. Yeah, that's an option. But it will probably be a version 2 option. Yeah, for the time being, I imagine I'm going to be doing a prio belt. Like right here would be a good spot for it. Just off to the side. Now that you've done the math quicker than me, I see why trains won't work at scale. Because it's not that they wouldn't necessarily work. Now, I could use the trains to start it. Using them to like consistently run it wouldn't work. But using them to kickstart it is possibly an option. But coaster roller? Well, we are using trains. We're just not using them for that specific purpose. We still have trains for the building outpost. Which is why I think maybe I could probably send... I could probably still send like a few thousand solid fuel. Because if I have to have a building train, right, I might as well fill whatever I'm not using for assembling machines, fill the rest with solid fuel. Like that's not an option. And it still might be helpful. Because we could definitely bring like probably 2,000. That'll help a bit. But yeah, there's a belt stubbing is used a lot in these outposts. A large part of that is to just help with the inserters running consistently. Like it's not great to grab from a moving belt, especially with burner inserters because they're so slow. So if I didn't have the belt stubs here, I wouldn't be able to use red belt at all. You can't grab you can't grab from a red belt safely with a burner inserter. You can sometimes grab from it, but there's also a very high likelihood that the burner dies, and since there's going to be 50,000 inserters placed, I can't really have them just stop running. Not in large amounts. Occasionally, it's fine. Why can't I grab safely? The belt moves way too fast, and the inserter is terrible. It's like sometimes it can grab from it, but if I place it like closer, sometimes it misses. So if we give a more extreme example, we'll just force it to miss a little bit. And I can only drop it one at a... If I make it too dense, it works. It should brown out. So every failed attempt still uses a little bit of fuel, and you can't guarantee when you build a large build that the density is going to be large enough for them to run. So you have two options. One of them is to just slow down the belt like we have here. The other option is to read fuel from every single belt. But that requires circuit conditions, and circuit conditions do have a performance hit, which does add up at the scale that we will have this at. You can use circuits to clock inserters and furnaces to save performance, but because we're using burner inserters and they're so bad, I can't really do that. So circuits are pretty much just pure performance loss for burner inserters. Like clocking them is really common when you use electricity. It's not helpful here, unfortunately. I did try. But that's the gist of it. Also, you can't clock an inserter and also make it safe with a red belt. Those two can't happen at the same time. So I can only clock the outputs. But yeah, belt's too fast, burner's too slow. There's like a really high chance that they'll die. And if they die forever. Which I guess is just pretty accurate. So we downgrade to yellow belts instead. The only time you can grab from a red belt is in a situation like this, where, let's say I have this grabbing from a red belt, but it's fed from a yellow belt. So something like this it's not great. I want to reduce the amount of red belt I use, but if I need to, I can use it. Because then if it dies, it's at least going to be safely fed from the yellow belt at some point. But if it's self-feeding, it's just like a hard no. If it's not self-feeding, it's situational, but it's usually no. The most you can generally do in that situation is downgrade halfway from red to yellow just to help with density. Because then it's high density here, so it can probably grab low density here, so it slows down. as the resources get consumed. Someone was asking about power earlier, which I completely forgot. So power plant will be entirely fed by solid fuel, direct feeding into the boilers. We're going to need roughly, I think... How much is this? This is 152... Okay, this is 140 megawatts. So we need about 15 of these. We'll need about 15 of these, which is about as much water as they use, I think, in actual runs. Or at least used to use. They probably use more now. But, yeah, we still need like 100 to 150 offshore pumps just to power all of our power plants. Because we're not using nuclear power, it's way less power per water consumed. Also, it's way less space efficient, but that part's not too concerning. The main thing is nuclear power saves a lot of water. It uses a lot of water, but it also produces like 5 more megawatts, 5 times the megawatts per water, I think, or 3 to 5, one of those two. But the idea here is simple. It will alternate between solid fuel and light oil, so that way we can use cracking and advanced oil. It does use a little bit more water, but it saves like at least half of the oil, at the cost of I think 1 additional offshore pump, maybe 2 to power all of my oil refineries. So I think I have a larger version. Also, I'm going to save this because we actually made changes. Let's see, where is it? My naming scheme is awful. There we go. Takes a bit. The saves almost like, I think it's up to like 500 gigabytes, 500 megabytes or something. It's pretty large. Or wait, no, that's space exploration. This one's pretty large still, but not that large. Where is my power plant? Do I not have a power plant here? Oh, there it is. There it is. So this is roughly the size of the power plant we'll need. This is the post-bought power plant. There's also going to be a couple hand-built ones before this that are just going to be normal looking. We're using steam turbines to save space. They are more expensive, but they reduce the size of it by 25%, which helps with water pressure and just, bought build time. So while it is more expensive, it would have to be, I believe it would have to be this large. Oh, that's a lot more significant than I thought, actually. So this is 31 wide, this is 19. So yeah, it's 30% smaller to use turbines. A little pricier. I'm not too concerned with the cost because we just are going to start building them really early. And they're not that expensive. We have half a belt of copper going into them for like 2 hours, and then they're finished. Chem plants, or the advanced oil, we have everything locally produced. So that way we're not wasting pipe when we don't need it. So we just produce it as we need it. The ratio is pretty close to perfect. It's not exact, so we have to have 1 extra chem plant of each to make up for that, because sometimes it's not going to be perfectly balanced. But yeah, these will get water on a separate grid from these. I wanted them to take directly from these plants just because I thought that would be cool, but because of prioritization of how the water is consumed, that could be bad, and it could soft lock itself, I think. Because then, if these run, they consume all the water, then this would start running, and this would start running again, and I think that would be really weird and would cause a lot of fluctuations, so I don't want to deal with that. So we're just going to have a separate water plant, which honestly makes a lot more sense. I just like the idea of them being inline because it sounded cool. It sounded like it would expand more. And then this is where we're going to have the massive pump system that feeds them, because, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, why don't I just count the boilers? 32, so this is 62. I think it's 3 times that, so yeah, this is 100 offshore pumps, because we need 3 per row. Or column, depends which way it's rotated, I guess. But yeah, this is the power requirement, aiming for about 2 gigawatts, which is insane considering we're using burner inserters. That is not accounting the fact that we're going to be consuming like 20 belts of solid fuel though, so I have no idea how that converts to power. Actually, will it be 20 belts? It's going to be close. It's actually going to be pretty close. Um, we need 50,000 burner inserters, and we need bad belt top left. Thank you. Yeah, I'm estimating about 60,000 burner inserters. They're going to be running at probably like a third speed. Let's just say those are 10 kilowatts each, 20 kilowatts, but we can probably be conservative and say 10. Yeah, let's just do 10 kilowatts. So we'll have 600 megawatts being consumed exclusively from burner inserters, and then a comparable amount for the furnaces. So yeah, we're going to be consuming about 1 to 2 gigawatts of fuel, and then another 2 gigawatts of fuel going into the power. So yeah, it's like a 50-50 split, and that's because towards the end of the run we start using beacons and module assemblers. But these are probably working. I don't know how to test it, because I don't think we fully set up everything. I guess we can try, but I'm fairly certain that we haven't attached resources. Okay, so at least that's getting gears. That's a good start. That's not running. Oh, they don't have power, right? No, they have power. What's the issue? They don't have coal. Ooh, that's unfortunate. We can make that work. We can make this work. I accidentally cut the coal belt. Okay, so that's probably the limiting factor for these. We probably need more iron supplemented somewhere, but it's hard to say. Because these are intended to not run full speed, so the estimates I get from the rate calculator are completely wrong. They're just so awful. Speed modules, we can actually connect those, can't we? Oh no. Why? I don't understand this mod. Sometimes I get these like errors with undergrounds, and I have not figured out what causes it or how to fix it. Okay, so maybe just deleting everything is the fix. Okay. Yeah, it has some issues. Although that... I don't think we have any mod that's conflicting with that, so yeah, I'm not sure what causes that. But we have not figured it out. These can get power, right? Yeah, I have enough space for power poles. These get combined here. Okay, so we need a splitter here. This cannot be mined. Why? There we go. We're gonna assume this is fine. We're just gonna connect it messily. I should not have used undergrounds for this. That's actually not great. Undergrounds are great once I have the base done. They're not great for designing the base. It's so hard to track things down when 2/3 of the belt are... When 2/3 of the belt is not there, and the remaining, like, 80% is covered. So you have, like, 5% less. 5% of, like, the vision to actually look at what's on the belt. Which is very... You know, you can see, like, the one iron in between there. It's not that helpful. Okay, so steel is not working. I'm assuming it's because we haven't connected it, though. This needs to be solid fuel. I don't know why I have solid fuel connected like that, but that's fine. It's just for testing purposes. Yeah, we also still need to connect every single belt to fuel. We have not designed the fuel yet. We've brainstormed the fuel, but I haven't actually set it up. Because it just depends on too many... It depends how much I need to how much I needed to build. So it seemed like the last thing I should do. Because it's the most one of the most flexible things to increase and decrease. So I didn't want to have to. I didn't want to realize my base needed to be like 10 tiles wider and then have to move all the fuel. So we just haven't done it. It's going to be pretty much the last thing we do. I don't think we're producing enough steel. Because this says it needs 7.5 steel. And this says it needs 9. But my calculator says I need a total of 3. We can't really trust the calculators because these are all inserter limited. We might need to get extra steel from somewhere, though. I think it comes down to that. At the end of the day, we just need extra. to help kickstart it, which we might have. We probably just need another steel lane. Or I might just need to change the balance, because right now the only issue is the oil pump at the end is low priority over everything. What if I could I use inserter logic? I could use inserter logic. Because, like, there's two ways to change priorities, right? Or, like, two big ways. One is to just, you know, reorder things, make it that the belt reaches the thing you want first. Another option is to just do this. And we can just disable all these inserters unless we have probably 10. We don't actually need a ton of pump jacks, so I can just say disable if pump jacks are less than 10. I think that's reasonable. Wait, greater than 10, sorry, not less than. I don't care that much about the actual numbers, so we'll just say greater than. Should be fine. Okay, so now it reads this belt, and hopefully that'll make it that these start running before these do. And then the belt priority should kick in, and we should be fine. But I should probably place one of these earlier. I don't know. It's probably okay. Because I think these are incredibly inserter limited. Now, we're not getting any circuits, which is weird. If I had to guess, this just isn't running very well. And then this is actually a really bad spot for this. But what else am I going to do with this space? But that seems reasonable. Then we also need belts. See, belt's the thing I'm terrified for. Because we need a lot of iron going into belt. We need, like, this is 2 yellow belts each, right? Two. This is 10 yellow belts of ore going into belt, and I'm pretty sure that's what we need. And that is a terrifying amount of resources. I don't know why, considering I already have like 50 belts of resources, so another 10 isn't that many, but it's a lot at this point for something that I don't know if it's worth it. But yeah, I think we just need to accept that I need iron. I don't think there's a great alternative. We also need more gears. So these are actually going to be a mix of gear inserters or gear assemblers and just plain iron assemblers. So we have a gear assembler, and it's not working for some reason. Oh, wait, it might not have power. Never mind, it's fine. It just doesn't have power. Okay, that should all be power now, right? Oh gosh, I hate how these are floating. I wonder if there's a way to remove that, because I don't want these to float. I just want them to have high range. I wonder how easy it is to just make everything run without power. Maybe there's a mod for that. Actually, wait, is there a mod for that? I looked up giant power pole. I wonder if there's a mod that just removes the power requirement from things. Because I just want things to run for testing purposes. I really do not care where the power poles are right now. But yeah, that's much better. And these do not consume that many gears, I don't think. But if they do, where can I supplement them? I really don't see a great way to supplement gears. We don't need any down here. I think we need to supplement somehow in the middle, which we do not have space for at all. So we would need to add a gap, I think, if we want to supplement it, or just accept that these probably don't run, which I think is fine. We'll leave the gears there, but I think realistically what we're going to do is just split off of the excess. The real question is, can I split off of them and recombine them into one double lane again? Also, let's keep this tighter. What if I do a prio? We do prio right, and then we do prio left. And then we send this one up, and we send this one up. And then this is a lot. This is a decent amount for our gears and conveyors. Or for our conveyors. Now this does piggyback off of this, which is nice. Yeah, why am I making so many gears? This is like twice as many as I think I need. I think it was just because... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I made this much because there's no real reason to do a half lane at this late in the run. and I wanted to be able to expand easier in case I change my mind. So how do we do conveyors? There's a lot of different ways we can do them. Direct feeding, I think, is not worth it because nothing really runs full speed. So I think we just need to get an entire belt of regular yellow belt and put it onto a belt. And then we need a lot of undergrounds. We need a lot of these. Everything's got to be input limited. We have so much space, and blue assemblers are pretty cheap. I think I might just accept that we use the space and we just have everything run at like 50% speed. Because early on, we made a pretty condensed version that got extra inserters, I think. I don't know where. Right here. Yeah, we got... Oh, it is only 4 inserters. Yeah, oh, but we like looped it. Okay, so that way they were more balanced. We don't need to do that. But yeah, we don't really need to aim to have more than 4 inserters per. We can get up to 6. 6 inserters plus an output. That reduces the size of the build by like 20%. But we have this entire section to work with, so that's not that important. Because how do we get an entire yellow belt of belts? I guess that's the real question right now. Then we'll need to split off the iron somehow. So that would be 1 belt of gears, 1 belt of iron going to, or half a belt of gears and a half a belt of iron going into a full belt of belts. Should be more than enough. That would be 2, 2, so this is 3.6, so we need a little bit over 4. A little bit over 4 of these. I might just do 4, that's pretty close. Considering this is just a guess value too. I don't even know if we really need to produce this much. I just feel like 1 belt is probably fine. Because that sounds like a lot of belt, right? 15 belts times 60 times 10. That's 9,000 belts. In the time I want to build the outpost. That actually, now that I've said that out loud, that doesn't sound like a lot. Is it? No, it is. Never mind, because my estimate is a total of 4,000 belts in the entire outpost. Yeah, okay, never mind. That's fine. Okay, and then iron, we're not using this top lane at all, so that's easy enough to split off. Okay, so, but this is just for yellow belt. I feel like I'm not using a ton of the iron right now, and that's because I'm not. We haven't even touched the expensive part. Like, this stuff is dirt cheap. Red belt's gonna be like 10 times pricey or something. Oh, it's going pretty good. We're working on the outpost producer. The thing that will make all the outposts we need. Or all of the stuff we need for outposts. Well, okay, it's hard to say. We technically have a fifth of it done. But most of it's copy and paste, so I'd say it's mostly done. Because, like, we're consuming 4 of the 16 resource belts we have. But the other one it's literally just copy and paste for, like, 5 of those lanes of iron. So it shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, we're definitely making reasonable pace. We need to sideload this. And then I think split it back would be a good idea. And then I do not care about this extra belt. Okay, so that should be fine. That's a lot of belt. Then half of that's going to go into red. Actually, I don't even know what the ratio are. I just kind of said half. It's probably inaccurate. Okay, so that's consuming a lot of gears. I don't know how many spare we have. I think this consumes... Well, how much does this produce? We have it split, but I think that it's not a full belt. 17, okay. So this is consuming pretty much all the gears we have, if it runs fully. So yeah, we have way less than it looks. Okay, I now see how we'll possibly be consuming all of this iron. Considering all of this is going into like 5 belt assemblers and a couple other things. Now we also need undergrounds in an equal proportion, I think. Yeah, so that's where our iron gets consumed. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. If we need an equal amount of regular belts and undergrounds, that's when it gets rough. I think we're going to actually have this split and have iron on this as well. Otherwise, it won't run very well. Like, this technically produces, I want to say half. I think we only need two. We should only need two of these. Oh, that's if they're running full speed. Okay, so we need three of them. The numbers just keep getting higher. So this can split off and go up, because I don't think we need any gears in this row anymore. And we'll need to get circuits as well. So that should be fine. That side loads onto the belt. Does that matter? Is that going to cause problems? No, we have plenty of space for that. These are considered safe. Okay, so we should be able to feed them pretty safely. I did not mean to say safe twice there, but it works. Yeah, we'll just split it. Let's just split it like this. That should be fine. With a prio, and these can go straight through. Because there's also needs, like I said, there needs to be iron there. I think we need an extra tile in between. Because there's no actual way to get iron up there, is there? Unless it comes from the top. I guess it could come from the top. We do have a splitter. Like, we can get iron from here, no problem. And then this is not... I think technically this is fully being consumed. Yeah, this is technically consuming all of the iron. But not really, because they're running at partial speed. So we probably can't split off of that. Yeah, I think we already need that new iron lane. And when we do get it, it's got to be side-loaded here. We'll just connect that for now so I can visualize it later, because we won't be able to finish this today. Okay, that is a fair amount of undergrounds, I think. That really doesn't seem like much. I guess we might not even need more undergrounds. Because where does stuff go? Stuff is here. Would love to see a race between someone on this run, without a test run, of course. I definitely want to do it solo first before I do any like combo thing with a race, though. But it would be fun to just send it to someone and see what they see what they do with it. Also see how many errors I have to fool them. Gotta have my own DRMs, right? There are even anti-DRMs as well. That should work, though. This is decent. The balance is weird, but it's fine. Yeah, okay, that's okay. I don't think we need undergrounds here. Because the thing is, we're producing... I don't remember how many, but these don't get consumed after this point, right? So these are all being shipped somewhere here. So realistically, these could make their way up here. Looking at it, it's a lot harder than I thought it would be. I might have a... So I have this train, right? I have this train here. I might actually set it up so this train just delivers stuff from here over to here, because that seems easier than connecting 12 belts. It is a little bit wasteful, but it's a lot less that I have to redesign if I repurpose this train that isn't actually going to be used. Probably not going to be used. And make it over here instead. Because the thing is, this train, its sole purpose was for original mining outposts. I don't know if we need to do those. Because trains aren't really that good. Even like 100% barely can justify... Looks like it barely can justify the trains that go into the outposts. Not the main outpost. I'm referring to the mining outposts early on, like for all of these that are connected via train. The train doesn't go that far. It goes like 300 tiles, right? So it is easier to connect by hand and a little bit cheaper than belt. But if you add like 30 minutes to the run, Like, it's hard to justify that. The savings matter a lot less the larger the time window you have to work with. So with a 12-hour time window, I really don't think we need to do trains until the outpost, like the full-on green chip outposts. That means this rail is useless, which means we could use it to just shuffle stuff up here and then send it to actual outposts. Another option is we could have 2 trains, both going to the outposts, but since we won't have rail signals, that's a bad idea. We should only ever have 1 train. That's constantly going to our outposts. 1 automatic train and maybe 1 manual train. But yeah, that I don't think we need these. We definitely don't need to produce 4.5 per second. Considering, well, actually we might. Wait. We need 1,000. Oh wait, no. We need 1,000 per hour. I think 2,000 per hour. Never mind, this is enough. In my mind, my calculator. Wait, I don't remember the numbers. Never mind. I don't have these in my calculator. So yeah, they're not. I have no idea how many we need. We need to finish our outpost. We'll do that tomorrow or Sunday probably, because I think we need to finish our outpost before we do any more work on this, and I don't have enough time to do it today. Because I'm trying to build conveyors without knowing how many conveyors I need, and that's just not useful. Isn't 4.5 around? Yeah, 16k per hour. I wasn't sure, so I hesitated because in my mind I had the number 10,000, and I briefly thought that's how many I needed per outpost, but I think that's how many I need per hour. Is basically what that hesitation was about. Not the math about how much were being produced per hour, but how much I needed. Because this uses 1,000. We need 6 times that, so we need 6,000 per hour. But for some reason, I was thinking there was 10,000 total in this, and then we needed 6 of those, which is wild. I don't know why I thought I needed 50,000 belt per hour briefly, but it's not far off, so it's not like a terrible, terrible estimate. But yeah, we'll need to finish the outpost before we can do anything more meaningful. Because right now we do not know exactly how many undergrounds I need, and that can change things pretty drastically. So we'll finish that tomorrow. Also, early stream tomorrow. I have something in the afternoon, so I'll have to be streaming like 2 hours early, probably. Unless I'm sore, but I should be up to streaming. It's just got to be earlier than normal. Sunday might also be earlier. It's a weird weekend. Weird holiday weekend thing from delayed Easter stuff. But that's it for me today. We made decent work on our outpost, actually. Our outpost designs. So I think this is the last major thing we have to do before we can start just troubleshooting our base. Because we aren't really missing that much in terms of production. So like probably 2 or 3 more days of designing, and then like another 2 weeks of just trying to fix everything that's broken and try to stage things. Because right now there's no staging. We don't have power poles, and we don't have roboports. And we might not even have enough roboports. Yeah. We need to connect power throughout our entire base. Which it doesn't really matter how power connects because we have so few things to power, but we do need to make sure everything is connected. Because we kind of have been skipping that and just using creative mode powering solutions for a while, which don't work in the actual base, surprisingly, or for an actual run. But thanks so much for watching. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for the follows. Hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.